About to
Gotcha.
record this session. I'm just over here on YouTube looking over some videos, and this gentleman has some very interesting hot takes and perspectives on cryptocurrency.
Oh, okay. Let's see what we talking about.
Yeah, I'm about to share my screen with you. There's one particular video. He's saying Ethereum is trash, and I just wanted to get his feedback and understanding and perspective on why he thought that. So
Okay.
you can see my screen, right?
Yep, I can see it.
All right, cool. Let's get into it. Make that bigger.
Make sure you're sharing your sound on Zoom, bro.
Okay. Can you hear it?
Nope, I couldn't hear it.
All right. Let's get into that. Let's see what's going on here. Share sound. There it is. All right, my fault. Let me start over.
All right, crypto fam,
Can you
welcome
hear
back.
now?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Ethereum. Let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum is trash. You know, I see a lot of people out there confused about cryptocurrency, and they think that Ethereum is silver, Bitcoin is gold. Ethereum is nothing. It's neither a store of value nor a means of currency exchange. And I wanted to clarify this for you as your official ex-Google, ex-Facebook tech lead. Tech lead, by the way, means somebody who actually understands the technicals behind the space. That would be me, unlike so many other crypto influencers out there. In fact, just to illustrate, there was even this thread on Reddit I saw where BitBoy Crypto, I've never seen his channel really, by the way, but apparently he's some big crypto influencer, and almost all of his calls this year were wrong. So when you're just sitting back listening to other random people who are really just marketing shows, they're not necessarily going to tell you the true technical fundamentals behind some of these cryptocurrencies, unlike one such as myself, who I'm also shilling stuff as well. But this sweater, by the way, this hideously ugly sweater was graciously provided to me by Bittrex. So thank you so much to Bittrex for helping me hodl this holiday season. They happen to be the number 21 cryptocurrency exchange on CoinMarketCap with $80 million worth of trading volume. Go check them out if you like. Now, shilling aside, hodling is actually incredibly difficult work. Very few people
All right,
are
hold on
able
one
to do
second.
so. I want you to take a look at this transaction.
What we got?
First of all, number one,
Let's
you
pick it
shilling
apart.
for Bittrex, bro? Get the fuck out of here, man. And we might get flagged for me just cussing just now, bro, but
It's
get
all
out
right.
of here, man.
I'll edit it out. I'll edit it out.
There is no way you are here shilling for Bittrex, and they got $80 million in trade volume, bro. And it's all these other decentralized exchanges that actually have way more volume than this that make a major case for Ethereum. So whatever,
Now,
bro. Go ahead and let him finish, bro.
Now, before we even move forward, can you explain to the people what shilling is?
So shilling is just how you feel about a particular cryptocurrency or a particular platform. So if you feel strongly like it has room for growth, or you feel like their core fundamentals meet with your core fundamentals, then you're going to shield for that company. And 9 times out of 10, he probably got a link to Bittrex in this video or in his description where he gets paid to talk about Bittrex. So this whole I guarantee it, bro. If you minus his video right now and go look at his drop, look, the Equinox Christmas sweater. Come on, bro.
There it is.
Come on, bro. And
right
then
there.
Man, look, all of these different links. This is affiliate marketing, bro. It's affiliate marketing. He wanted to get his views up, and he did that.
Okay, well, we're going to see what he's talking about.
Wow.
We're not even 2 minutes in and already started some problems. All right, let's get back into it.
Okay.
I made back in 2016 for Bitcoin, in which I decided to sell 38 Bitcoins here for about $25,000. At a loss, actually. I lost money on this trade. Now, if I had just hodled these Bitcoins, I would be sitting on a $2 million gain right here. This was one of the worst mistakes of my entire lifetime, most likely.
Pause. Get this guy out of here, man. Get this guy out of here, bro.
Bitcoin?
For real, bro. Come on,
man.
man. Come on, man. Stop playing with the people, bro.
Does he not
playing
DeFi?
with the people, man. No, he's not.
Wow.
He's not.
So
you mean to tell me the one cryptocurrency that you are supposed to hold, that you are never supposed to sell, you sold it?
38 of them.
Beat it, bro. Beat it, bro.
38.
Talking about you would have been a millionaire, but you know the fundamentals behind cryptocurrency. Rock out, bro. Get out of here, man. Go somewhere with your games, bro. All right,
now,
go ahead.
Yeah, because I just want to get to the meat and potatoes of why he thinks this, so that we can, tear it apart from there.
Okay.
And so, in fact, I had even put out this tweet the other day. You can follow me over at TechLeadHD on Twitter, by the way, in which I talk about the Hall of Mirrors. Now, the Hall of Mirrors is the concept that in order to get through the Hall of Mirrors, all you have to do is walk forward. So you just have to walk forward on your path, plain and simple, to have that self-conviction, to be convicted by a federal court of yourself, and that will help you win at this game. And so this concept did actually come from a game we had created. It was a web RPG game. To get out of the Hall of Mirrors, you had to walk forward 6 times. Very few people were able to do that. You see, it's a psychological trick. But enough about me, let's talk about you and your Ethereum holdings. So what is the promise of Ethereum? Ethereum promises decentralized applications, smart contracts on distributed blockchain code, in which you can do more than just buy and sell transactions, but you can have all sorts of fancy constructs for decentralized finance and decentralized applications, NFT applications, and any sort of blockchain code you can imagine. That is the promise of Ethereum. But this is a future that simply, in my opinion, will not pan out, and it should be something that any programmer should be able to recognize. And that fundamentally comes from the concept of abstraction, where you have a networking layer and an application layer. You don't build on the networking layer, rather you abstract on top of it. And so in my view, what's actually going to happen is that in the future, nobody's going to know what Ethereum is. It's going to be this low-level construct, a piece of networking wiring, plumbing that very few people are going to have to interact with or know that even exists. It's kind of like in the internet, you have TCP, UDP networking protocols for the transaction of HTML bytecode, but very few people actually need to work at that level, and the actual real value, the application code, is built one level up. And so actually, if you take a look at Coinbase, they wrote this Metaverse article definition. It's a pretty decent article defining what the Metaverse actually is, but they also reflect this idea. So if you take a look here at the elements of the Metaverse, they have a hypothetical stack for what the future Metaverse is going to look at. And they have this foundations area where you have protocol and blockchain. And so this layer at the very bottom is essentially the networking layer, where blockchains like Ethereum, Polygon Matic, AVAX, Solana, and so forth are going to exist. But on top of that, you're going to abstract it with a Metaverse platform where you have payments, communications, history, identity, ownership, and so forth, objects. And above that, maybe you have even more comprehensive applications that people may build. And so if you compare that with the typical networking stack for computers, you also see that the application layer is at the very top, and then the network layer is buried down deep in the bottom. And what really happens is that Ethereum as a network layer is going to become a commodity, like a toll bridge, a very expensive toll bridge among many other competing toll bridges, which can execute the same network, the same transactions at much lower cost, such as Polygon Matic, for instance. Now, in my full Christmas attire, by the way, you may be wondering which keyboard I'm using today.
All right, hold on.
It is.
So, just based off what he says so far, you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here, bro.
So my thing is, how does he see something like what he's saying happening with Ethereum still being what you need to pay the gas fee in once you do access these applications?
So here's the one thing that I do know. The one thing that I do know about Ethereum is they process a lot of payments. And on those payments are, if you look on the inside of those payments, you will find bank transactions.
Mm-hmm.
So the Ethereum network is going to be for the larger players, but They're trying to downplay it now.
Okay. So is
They're
that
trying to down
basically?
they're gonna make it to where now the gas fee might still be overly crazy or overly priced, and that's why you want to start dollar cost averaging on Ethereum now, because they were saying the same shit about Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying the same thing about Bitcoin. The only reason why dude is on here shilling this shit because he got all of these damn affiliate links. He thought this would be a good idea to go ahead and talk about Ethereum when really he has all of these brands surrounding him. He got the YouTube plaque in the background. He about to get ready to shield his damn keyboard. He already shielded the sweater. Come on, bro.
Yeah, it's just how many plugs can you get at this point?
So I understand what he's saying so far, and like I said, as far as the banks go, absolutely. He's right as far as the layers go, but what he's not really explaining is still how is it that Ethereum is trash. I've heard everything else, but he didn't explain why Ethereum is trash yet. So we
Okay.
already halfway through the video, and all he did was shield products
Yeah, for a good
and
40%
talk
of it.
about what Coinbase said. He didn't say what he was saying. He was talking about what other people were saying.
Right.
So
Okay. Let's give him a few more minutes, see if he gets to it. If not, then we'll just move on to something else.
for sure.
Is the Iconix Christmas keyboard holiday themed to bring out your holiday cheer. Full RGB PBD keycaps, high quality stuff. I've covered this keyboard before, one of my favorite brands and keyboards. Makes a great holiday gift for the tech enthusiast. I'll leave a link in the description below if you'd like to check it out. And so that brings us to Polygon, actually, in which just yesterday the Reddit co-founder announced a $200 million initiative fund using Polygon to empower the future of Web3 and social media applications. That's what they're going to build Web3 on. And quite frankly, obviously, you cannot build Web3, the future of blockchain decentralized apps, on Ethereum because the gas fees are simply way too high. And so for anybody who's actually tried using Ethereum, and the fact is not many people have, most people simply buy and sell it on exchanges. They don't actually interact with the decentralized applications out there like swapping on Uniswap or adding, removing liquidity, or even deploying contracts onto blockchain. Those people know that Ethereum is simply unworkable because of the insanely high gas costs. It can cost $100 for swaps up to thousands of dollars for deploying contracts. This is not something that is sustainable. And so that is why the future for the Metaverse and Web3 simply will not be built on Ethereum. It will be built on other networks, those cheaper toll bridges like Polygon, AVAX, Phantom, Harmony One, Solana, Near Protocol, and so forth. There are so many competitors to Ethereum. And so the transportation, that network.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that part, yes, it will be. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
As far as decentralized applications go, they will be built on cheaper blockchains because, like he just said, and he did make a valid point, those on Ethereum, you can't really swap, you can't really do too much of anything. So it functions only at the customer level, but he's still not really talking about why.
So I think I see where he might be going with this. So is he basically alluding to the fact that eventually Ethereum will be phased out due to its lack of scaling ability as far as building on it, like as far as Metaverse and things of that nature, in regards to the fees?
Well, when you look at it, starting from a base standpoint, everybody has started from Ethereum. If you look at Sandbox, they started from Ethereum, but now they're switching over to Polygon because they need to be able to reach more customers. Curve, which is actually one of the most popular and the most profitable stablecoin platforms, they have over what, $6-7 billion total lock value. So they started on Ethereum, they switched to Polygon. Decentraland, they started on Ethereum, switched over to Polygon because it needs to be more accessible to the user, which I'm completely understanding. I fully understand that it needs to be accessible to the user, but it also has to have a foundation. And that is where Ethereum comes into play.
Right.
So
So what I
you still got to have that bridge back to Ethereum, no matter how you look at it. It might be cheap, I mean, more expensive as far as the gas fees go, but when you really start to look at Ethereum as a whole, you will see that true enough, it's not for smaller players, but you could still grab on to the asset that is Ethereum at a much cheaper price, as opposed to paying $30,000-$40,000 for a whole Bitcoin. You could pay $2,000-$2,500 and get a whole Ethereum.
right. Okay. So what I think would have been more transparent would have been if he separated the thought in regards to it may be quote unquote trash in regards to comparing it to let's say investing versus using it for DeFi.
Developing.
Exactly.
Yeah, investing versus developing.
Right.
Absolutely. That's
Right.
what this title of this video is. And if you look at the price on which he said that he sold all his Bitcoin on, or all of his Ethereum on this video, if you look at the price of Ethereum, $3,900. So he sold at the top.
Mm-hmm.
He sold at the top. He was like, all right. He probably took a look at the chart. He probably has some technical analysis information that he uses, like we all should be doing.
Yep.
And he sold at the top, and he made a video. He said, I saw a lot of my Ethereum is worthless. It's not.
Yeah, it's definitely
So
not.
he should have, like you just said, differentiated between the two. For developers, you might not want to develop on Ethereum and create smart contracts on Ethereum if you're trying to touch a large base of people. But
Mm-hmm.
if you want to start with a solid foundation and build something for real that's going to have a strong backing, definitely build on that Ethereum.
Got you. That leads me to something else that this same gentleman released a couple weeks ago where he was talking about OpenSea. Did you get a chance to see that one?
As far as the what did they say? The vulnerability?
Not just the vulnerability, but the fact that it's kind of like, well, the way he put it or the way somebody else put it was kind of like it's the Robin Hood for NFTs, where you don't actually own it and you can't really send your NFTs off of that platform once they're there. Is that accurate?
Can't really send your NFTs off. What do they mean by that? Like, how do you not send your NFT off when you're just sending it to another address?
Right. Let me see here. Give me 1 second.
That's interesting. Let's finish watching this video first, and then
Okay.
we'll
To
bring
these
that up.
All right, I got you.
Go
I got you.
All
back
right,
to the
crypto
other
fam,
video.
welcome
Yeah,
back.
we were about right.
Build on the So for anybody who's actually tried using Ethereum, and the fact is not many people have, most people simply buy and sell it on exchanges.
Okay,
They
yeah, we
don't
were about
actually
right
interact with the
around here.
decentralized applications out there like swapping on Uniswap or adding, removing liquidity, or even deploying contracts onto blockchain. Those people know that Ethereum is simply unworkable because of the insanely high gas costs. It can cost $100 for swaps, up to thousands of dollars for deploying contracts. This is not something that is sustainable. And so that is why the future for the Metaverse and Web3 simply will not be built on Ethereum. It will be built on other networks, those cheaper toll bridges like Polygon, AVAX, Phantom, Harmony One, Solana, Near Protocol, and so forth. There are so many competitors to Ethereum. And so the transportation, that network layer, is simply a commodity at this point. It's an expensive toll bridge. And it's not necessarily going to be where you find the most value, because once we abstract, on top of this network layer, you're not going to know which network you're even using necessarily. It's just going to be some blockchain network protocol. You're going to pay some gas fee. You're not even going to know which network you're on. Maybe it'll just quickly adapt to whichever protocol is the cheapest one available. It may be Tron, it may be AVAX, Matic, Solana, maybe any number of these. Maybe it'll use Ethereum too whenever that's released, but it's just going to use whichever network is the lowest cost, because at the end of the day, this is a commodity, and you generally do not want to be in the commodities business where the prices of everything just drive each other down to zero. There's no competitive advantage to any of these necessarily. And even today, Polkadot announced parachains going live. So we've got 5 more blockchains coming live, and these are all going to be competing essentially with Ethereum. You've got Moonbeam here. This is another Ethereum competitor. It's going to likely be big, and everybody's going to be driving the price of gas fees to as low cost as possible. And beyond that, it's also important to understand the incentives behind the miners and developers of Ethereum 2.0. I had tweeted here, why has Ethereum 2 taken 10 plus years to ship? It's taken over a decade, and the reason is Ethereum 2 developers have a conflict of interest in lowering gas fees, as that would lower the price of Ethereum itself. Think about it, the only people who actually want Ethereum 2.0 shipped, which is the proof of stake version that's going to lower the gas fees, are the consumers, the people who actually use it, but the developers don't want Ethereum 2 shipped because that can potentially and quite likely tank the price of Ethereum, because you're going to be able to make the same transactions and cross that toll bridge, the networking layer, for prices maybe 100x to 1000x cheaper than what you're currently paying right now. The bridge builders and toll collectors aren't going to like that, and so this is why they've been dragging their feet, simply because they have absolutely no incentive, and it's a conflict of interest for them to actually ship ETH too. Now, to compound problems for Ethereum even more, recently Uniswap, which is the top decentralized application for Ethereum, it's a decentralized exchange, they passed a proposal to deploy Uniswap v3 for Polygon, proof of stake chain. And so what's going to happen is you're going to be able to come into Uniswap, you'll be able to select a network, and you can see they currently do support Ethereum.
Now.
You can also choose Optimism and Arbitrum, which are scalability improvements, but you'll also be able to soon select Polygon here. And there's going to be very little reason then to continue using Ethereum, because Polygon is simply going to be much cheaper and scalable faster than simply using Ethereum on its own. And then at that point, or even today, Ethereum is simply not competitive at all. It's slow, it's costly, expensive, the throughput's just not very good. In fact, when you consider the evolution of cryptocurrencies, let's think about this, right? Like Bitcoin came first. You can just buy and sell stuff on Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin handles like 5 transactions per second maybe. After that, you've got Ethereum. Ethereum can handle maybe 15 transactions per second. It's a little bit better. And then you've got Dogecoin, which can do 30 transactions per second. Hey, maybe that's 6 times faster than Bitcoin. So Elon Musk goes around tweeting that, hey, Dogecoin is a better form of payment than even Bitcoin. Well, yeah, sure, but you know what's even better than that? Well, Polygon can do 65,000 transactions per second. That's like 2,000 times even faster than Dogecoin. And you've got a bunch of other compatible networks as well, like Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain, Polkadot, Phantom, Harmony One, and so forth. Now, how do I know all this? I came to this realization when I was taking a look at Million Token, and I realized that Million Token is technically unrivaled, actually. When you think about it, it is the fastest cryptocurrency out there, 2,000 times faster than Dogecoin. The most scalable, the highest throughput, the most eco-friendly, the most versatile, and the cryptocurrency that anybody can use using almost any blockchain they want to use. It is bridged across like 6 different blockchains, multi-chain. And so you see multi-chain is the future. It is technically superior when you abstract on top of the networking layer. You actually build properly on the application layer. That's where you build value, the stores of wealth, the transactions for currency exchange. That is Million Token. And the problem is that everybody else these days, they're still continuing to build in the networking layer, and they tie the value, the applications that they're building to the specific blockchain. And so then they get stuck and tied to all of the technical limitations of that one specific blockchain. Like Dogecoin, for example, is quite slow, doesn't support smart contracts, and is simply not the level at which you're supposed to be building value. Application purposes, stores of value, transaction exchange, payments, any of this stuff needs to be built one level up. And so what's going to happen next? Well, if you buy this theory, then you're going to realize that the metaverse will not be built on Ethereum. It's not necessarily even going to be built on Polygon or AVAX or any single blockchain, but it will be an abstraction layer on top of any of these, built on the actual application layer as a multi-chain metaverse. And actually, there will be multiple metaverses, as Coinbase alluded to in their blog post, but over time, there will likely emerge a class of assets, super assets, you could say, globally recognized across every metaverse out there, multi-chain assets, and these are going to be the most valuable tokens in the world, likely. And so now you see why Million Token, with just 1 million fixed limited supply, technically unrivaled, is poised to belong within this future class of super assets, if everything goes to plan, of course, and it is a moonshot. But check it out if you're interested at milliontoken.org. And quite likely, we're going to see a lot of consolidation happening within this space, as well as people start moving towards multi-chain assets, which are technically unrivaled. And so you know, when you take a look at Elon Musk generally, a lot of his tweets are supportive of cryptocurrencies in general, but not necessarily Web3. I have a feeling that Elon Musk will support Web3 when Dogecoin supports smart contracts. Now, for the rest of you who don't want to wait, there's Million Token. All right, now before we close, you may be wondering, what is this strange device that has been...
So, you still with me, bro?
Yeah, I'm really laughing at dude right now.
So I understand where he may be coming from. I think the title just kind of threw everything off for the rest of the video.
It did. And he actually didn't sell all of his Ethereum. He still had a little over 1.5 Ethereum.
Exactly, chilling in his wallet for gas. I saw that too.
Oh man, dude is hilarious. Okay, so all right. Ethereum processes about way more than 15 transactions per second. You know what? Where's that website? Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna find this website right quick. Where is it? Dang, my boy be posting it all the time, and I meant it's something street. I can't remember the name of it, but you can see the transactions happen in real time on man, what is the name of this website? Hold on, bro. Let me go find it right quick. Give me 1 second. Watch. That's the group. Transaction Street. Look up TX Street. And then keep going, keep going. Where is it? That's not it. Where is it? Go back to the top, bro. I know it when I see it. Not FX Street, it's TX. Let me see if I can find the exact website right quick. Hold on. Let me search TX Street. All right, the website is txstreet.com. Go ahead and launch that for me right quick.
All right. I don't have a wallet over here on the Brave
You
browser.
don't have to connect your wallet, bro. We just gonna look at the transactions.
Gotcha. I didn't even see that big launch option right in front of me. Now, the one thing that I did start to agree with is the fact that Ethereum is going to have a problem on his hands when it comes to the gas fee situation. Because
now, that part I do understand. So let's take a look at these transactions right quick.
Okay.
So
what's this?
Right now, these are all of the different protocols, all of where people are coming from. These are how much people are paying for certain transactions, and this is where they're coming from. So this low fee line is everybody that's looking for the lowest fees, and you see 75,000 people in that line. But some of those people are actually leaving that line. They don't want to be in that line. So look at the transactions on Ethereum, and then look at the transactions on Bitcoin.
Yeah, they have a lot less volume in the low fee line on Bitcoin.
They got the low fee line, but they got way more volume on the Ethereum side.
Oh yeah, it's not even really a comparison there.
Exactly. So dude talking about Ethereum only process 15 transactions per second, that's a lie, number one. It's so many people inside of the Ethereum blockchain that they, as you can see where they're coming from right now, it's a lot of people coming from OpenSea. It's a lot of people coming from the dollar. A lot of people coming from Tether, but it's really OpenSea. Now,
Yeah,
let's take a look. Let's take a look at Dogecoin. See how many people actually coming from Dogecoin.
that's Shiba. Where's Doge at?
They don't have Doge over here.
That's Shiba,
Hmm.
right?
Oh, that's Sheep. Oh, okay. Oh, they
Am I-
got one person come from Ship. That was good. One person.
I'm just
Mhm.
checking. I don't see Doge.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. But as you can see, it's more transactions on OpenSea than anything.
Okay, I didn't know. They got their own decentralized exchange over there.
Oh, you ain't know about Shiba Swap?
Nah, I'm not really a Shiba
Man,
head,
you should
so
check that out when you
I'm
get
gonna
a
definitely
minute,
still
bro.
check it out. Put that in my notes right now, actually.
Yeah. So it's a lot more people processing transactions on Ethereum than anything. So for him to actually say that Ethereum is a dead asset, it's not a dead asset. It's just not developer friendly.
Hmm. So do you think that has anything to do with the Ethereum Alliance?
As far as the Ethereum Alliance goes, they're just a group of individuals that want to make Ethereum better, but really it's hard to make Ethereum better right now only because you can't really shut down the network. The miners actually are the ones who are controlling the network. So when you really look at it, you would have to shut down all of the miners, and the miners are actually still able to mine Ethereum, but you have way more transactions happening on the Ethereum blockchain. They can say, like if you scroll down, let's go to if you look at Curve, click on Curve. So they got transactions going on, but it's not a lot of transactions. But if you look at OpenSea, click on OpenSea.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of people coming out of their grid.
Man, what? Constantly. So, and they're buying these assets on Ethereum. Look, 14 Ethereum, 1.25 Ethereum, 0.8
Now, this is my
Ethereum,
question, right?
1.23.
Does this also take into account the people that are using the Polygon blockchain but still have to pay in Ethereum?
Well, if you're using Polygon blockchain, then you're not paying in Ethereum. So if you can click on one of those transactions, I think you can actually view it.
Click on the hash,
Mm-hmm.
see what they're talking about.
Yeah, they're paying in Ethereum, bro.
It's 133 GUI. Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
I should have see. I went to sleep too early last night because my threshold for Ethereum was 2,500. Once it touched 2,500, I was like, all right, let me go back into stable coins because I'm not sure how low this is going to dip. But I was a little bit premature here. That one, as you can see, is back up to 26.5.
Let me see. Let's take a look right quick. Not bad. Not bad. Take a look at a 4-hour. 4-hour, you looking pretty good on a 4-hour. You hit that mark last night. 25.20 was the market hit last night, bro.
Yeah. It had dipped under 25 for a little minute, didn't it?
Let me see. It got to 24.76.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where I was at with it. I should have been a little bit more
Mhm.
patient, but you know, we live and learn.
Oh, absolutely. It's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just keep following your trade. You know what I'm saying? It's bullish on the 1-hour though.
Is it
Yeah, it's
on
bullish on
um on Ethereum? Because I got a position in on some Matic Bull tokens right now.
on Ethereum, yeah, it's bullish on the 1-hour. It's at 26.50. Look like, yeah, 26.61. Look like you're getting this little bit of a pump. This candlestick hasn't closed just yet, so, but it's about to get ready to enter into oversold territory.
Awesome. What's the RSI looking like?
So yeah, RSI, that's what I'm talking about. RSI is gonna hit that oversold in a minute. Yeah, on the 1 hour. Where's your resistance? Resistance is at 27.16.
27, huh?
And it's at 26.56 right now.
So that could be a nice bag for you if you got about 20,000 in stable coins chilling right now. Okay, got some things to consider. But what I wanted to show you.
Okay, go ahead, bro. I was
No,
about to
go
tell
ahead,
you
go ahead.
that,
You
I was
can
about to
finish
tell
up.
you that your lows are getting higher too on the 4 hour.
That's always a good look. Yeah, I need to look over my my watch list and see what's going on with recharting some things. I'm a little bit disappointed in
Hey, it's wait. Hey, did you just see all these people just pile in the Bitcoin?
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah.
That's crazy. There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
See what the volume is. Are we back over 38,000? But I'm gonna look at the 1 hour on Bitcoin. Oh yeah, it's a great entry on Bitcoin. Well, at least an hour ago it was.
Yeah. Actually, a couple hours ago it was. Damn. I should have been paying attention myself, man. I was trying to take an admin day.
Hey man,
I was trying to take an admin day.
The market don't care.
Nah,
No.
it doesn't. Like,
So this
oh,
is
you
the
want to take
interesting
an
thing.
admin day? All right, bet.
Right. Now this is the interesting thing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The new moons are when we typically see bullish activity with the crypto space.
Now, if you're gonna go off of the new moon, then you also got to take into account retrograde as well. So in retrograde, things come out in reverse. So if we have a new moon, but it's in retrograde, but normally new moons are bullish, then what does that mean for the new moon on this one? It could potentially be bear, but you gotta pay attention to the chart. So whatever you see on your chart, bro, because like right now, I'm looking at Bitcoin and that RSI is following my price action. So really, where we at? We're bullish on the 4 hour.
We're bullish on the 1 hour too. Bullish on the 4 hour, bullish on the 1 hour. What's the daily?
But I wanna get bullish on that daily before I really make a decision. I want to get above that 20-day.
Well, we are now.
Not on the daily.
On Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Am I looking at the wrong chart? Or is this the wrong let me see what EMA this is that I have here. So what's your 20 on your chart that you're looking at?
On the daily, my 20 is, hold on, right here. Roughly about $39,000.
All right, let me pull it up on my my desktop because my what do you call it was giving me something different. My phone was giving me something completely different than that. So let's do this. All right, and we want Bitcoin, right? This thing didn't. Okay, there we go.
Hey, sand pulled back just exactly how I wanted it to.
Yeah, I'm really excited about what Sand and Mana did during this correction phase.
Man, that thing is up. I'm just waiting on it to break that last little level of resistance.
So
you on a 2 hour right now? Put this on a daily.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, you right. You right.
I want to get above that 20, If I can get above and start opening and closing above that 20, and I'm good. But right now, as it stands, that 20 is still resistance.
Okay.
Now open up your RSI. Pull that down, son.
All right.
All right. Now, where are we looking at on your RSI? You just came out of oversold territory.
Yep. Now just let everybody know the 30 and under area is undersold, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And 70 and up is overbought.
Mm-hmm.
Just to add some clarity for anybody that may be wondering how we're coming up with these determinations.
Mm-hmm. Open up the RSI for me all the way.
Yep. Hold on. There we go.
Okay. And then pull it down on the side for me. There we go. All right. Now, draw the trend from, what is that, the 20? Yep. Draw the trend, draw a trend line from that 20. The one over here, all the way over here to your right when you were in oversold territory.
Okay, from right here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Draw the trend line from there to where it is now. Let's see if it holds that trend. Draw it all the way up to about 55. And keep that same trajectory.
Mm-hmm. That's what we want to see right there.
Yeah, you got a few levels of resistance in here that you got to break through.
Yeah, right here is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Another one right there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
That's what I'm saying, man. Most people don't pay attention to this. You know what I'm saying? They can't see this because they never been taught how to look at it. The only thing that they really look at is what someone else says on YouTube.
Right. And another thing that concerns people primarily is they just want to make money, but they don't understand
and that's all
how
it is
to make money with this.
No. And for me personally, I'm not one of those people where I'm just like, oh, I got to make some money. I'm one of those people where I would much rather educate you on how to continuously make that money.
Mm-hmm. That's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so anybody can get lucky once, but making a habit out of this because you're doing the TA is going to benefit you more than harm you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, bro. Now, let's take a look at this on the 4-hour though. Now, look at that.
Okay.
And
yeah,
then
we
put your line under that bounce right there.
This one right here?
Yeah, Now draw it all the way out though.
Up to 55.
Keep the line all the way up under until where it reaches your RSI tip, wherever it is right now.
Got you.
So pull it out like down. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Let's see if it continues to follow that trend. Where are you at on your RSI right now?
Right now, the RSI is at 57.
57, that means it's bullish. But you got you got that resistance that you're about to run into right there where that double top
here.
Mm-hmm. So mark that off.
Give me a second. Let's mark off the double top, right?
Mm-hmm. That's your double top. Now, pull up your price action and then see where that double top meets your RSI.
All right.
Where was your double top?
Double top is
Right there. So where are you trading at right now?
38,282.
And that's where your double top was. So that was your most recent high. So it's trying to break and open and close above that high.
You
So
could
right now,
see it right here
you
too.
are at resistance.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead on and mark this off.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could see it clear as day. Like the more you
You
start to
can.
understand what all of this stuff means, it's legit similar to cracking a Da Vinci Code, man.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned.
Exactly. So now if you zoom out and you can just follow the stairs.
Yep.
You can just follow the stairs right now. We're getting some really bullish activity on that 1 hour. On the 1 hour and on the 2 hour. Let's see where we at on the 2 hour. Yep, we just crossed over into positive momentum, but the volume is lower. We got another hour. We got an hour and 2 minutes. We got an hour and 2 minutes before that candlestick closes. We at on the 1 hour.
1 hour. We got 2 minutes before this one closes.
Now that would be a pretty good entry if you were scalping this on the 1 hour, but your volume is a little bit lower.
Yeah, right.
But and where's your RSI at?
Your RSI is at 68.
Yeah, that's too close to comfort for me. Too close to comfort. That right there, that bullish candlestick though, that thing is pumping.
Yeah, it is. So this would have been a nice entry for somebody about 5 hours ago.
Man, 36,000. Yeah, that would have been a really good entry. Because you actually had your double bottom right there.
Right around here, right? So,
but as you can see, it zoom out for me. I want you to see something.
That would have been a nice 4% gain on a day.
Yep, $1,500. If you could have traded a whole Bitcoin, you could have made $1,500. So zoom out for me right quick. I want to show the people something.
Okay, you said zoom out, not zoom in. I thought.
Okay, now, and then pull that down. You already know where I'm going. So you see this low right here? That was right on you. It was right on your trend line, over to your left, right after or before the 28th. The day before the 28th, between the 27th and the 28th, that low.
This one, right?
The one down into, down there. Mark that off.
Okay.
Show people how really simple this is. That's your one low. Okay. Now, if you move it to the right, the day before the 29th, it created a higher low.
Yes, it did right here, right?
Mark that off.
Yep.
Now, you already got the next low marked off.
Yep.
And it never broke that low.
Yeah, you're talking about over here, right?
Yep. It came back for a back test. And
bounced right off that sucker.
Bounced right off of that low. And now you got support from your EMAs on the 1 hour.
Yeah, now, you got the higher volume on this 1 hour too, by the way.
Oh, damn. And see, that might be a pretty decent entry, but you might get you a back test because this right here, that candlestick that we just witnessed, that was a breakout.
Right. It's looking like
that was
it's
a
currently
breakout.
being rejected.
If you open it up, you will see that that body closed under that line that we just drew. Look at it, didn't it? Perfectly. Yeah, perfectly.
Let's look at it for sure. Close at 38,343. And this is at 38,346.
You can't get no better than this, fam. You can't get no better than this. You have to be able to know how to read price action. If you can't read price action and you don't know how things operate, it will not benefit you.
Absolutely. Let me see something. I want to look at the weekly and see what we've been looking like over the last few weeks when it comes
Let's see
to
what the
Bitcoin.
weekly's looking like. I ain't seen the weekly in a minute. It's been a minute since I looked at the chart actually.
Yeah, it's been pretty dark since November when it comes
And
to this.
actually, if you go to let me see, 20 and 50, it's bouncing off your 100, and you looking like you want to come out of negative momentum. But where's that 50-day at?
The 50-day is at 43,000.
43,000.
Yep,
Okay.
43,990.
Now, but look though, turn all of these drawings off for me right quick. I want to show you something.
All right, hold on.
Or you could just make them invisible right quick.
Give me a sec.
You see where the trash can is?
Down at the bottom. Trash can,
Yep.
trash can.
Uh-huh. And then click on just remove
Got it.
drawings. There you go. All right. Now, I want you to pay attention to something.
All right.
That 20 and 50 day looking real like it want to cross over.
You said the on the MACD?
On the EMAs, the 20
Oh, you said
and
the
the
20
50
and the
day.
50? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
And
does.
that thing, if it crosses over, that is bearish. That's what they call a death cross.
Right. When the 20-day is trading under the 50, right?
When that 20-day crosses right up under that 50, you're going to get that completely bearish movement out of it, and it's going to get ugly.
So
So
generally
right now,
speaking,
we're holding on the 100-day right now, though.
yeah. So generally speaking, you can two things that can put you in position to win as a trader is looking at the EMAs, the volume, and the MACD. Basically, that's the only things that
That's
we even have up here aside from the
That's
RSI.
really the only things that you need. People make this so difficult. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to
Yeah.
make it difficult on yourself. Just
Nah.
make it real easy. Now, we use a few other things, you know what I'm saying, to give us some clarification, like the Fibonacci tools. And that gives you somewhat of a different perspective. But as far as everything else goes, all you really need are like 3 tools for real.
I look at the Fib tool as like reinforcing your technical analysis that you've already done. Like if you're just looking at the EMA, the volume, the RSI, the MACD, and you are plotting out your support and resistance, the Fib tool is like, for me, the icing on the cake. It's like dessert. You know,
Yes, it is.
once you had your main course, now I'm gonna just put the icing on top, bring dessert out, and that's really gonna set off this whole entire meal.
Exactly.
You know, and just
You know
for
what?
anybody that's not clear on what the Fib tool is, making it simple as possible is just responding to something called the golden ratio or the Fibonacci sequence. And it's like an algorithm where price action pulls back to certain areas according to a mathematical equation.
And the golden ratio is between a 382 and a 618.
Yep.
So let's do this. Zoom out for me.
Okay.
And then pull your price action down a little more. Pull the price action down just a little bit more and zoom out some more. All right, stop right there.
Okay.
Do me a favor and draw your fib from that wick low.
This right here?
Yep.
Want me to swing? Okay. I got all of the other ones back that I didn't want. You want me to swing low, swing high?
Yep.
All right. So how do I get all of this out of the way? That's my current dilemma. My fault. I'm having a brain fart here. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Do I want to open a new chart? Yeah, I'm just
You
open
know
a new
what?
chart.
Let's open up a new chart. Let's
Yeah.
open up a new chart. Just
Yeah.
type in BTC USD.
I got you.
because I don't want to mess up all your other stuff you got going on.
Boom. Perfect.
Okay.
So this is a bare naked chart, just the volume. So let me pull up the EMA. What else do I need? The RSI,
RSI.
and the MACD, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you at? Boom.
All right, now put this on a weekly. And then draw from that wick low.
Let me on the weekly, right? Which one?
Mm-hmm. Nope, not from that one. This one back here in the middle, close to April.
Okay, closer to April.
Right before April.
So this one right here.
Keep going to your left. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
To my left or my right?
Your left.
Oh, you talking about April 2020?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I got you. So this one right here, March.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, let me give us a little bit more room so we can see a little bit better. All right, so boom, fib tool and swing low. And you want me to swing high over here to boom. Okay, so now what do we want to focus on right here, right now?
Okay, so right now we're on a weekly chart. Right now you are basing off the half.
Oh, let me rearrange that so we can look a little bit better and less confusing for the folks. All right, cool. So the 50.
Take a look at this. So the half is $35,846, and your resistance is $43,387.
Yep. Yep, and that's right where the
382 is.
that's crazy
50,
how this works,
your
man.
50-day is right on top of it.
Absolutely. And just to clarify, the 50-day is this orange squiggly line here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you see where this 0.5 is. These are the numbers: 35,846. And wow, this is you can't make this stuff up. It's like
No,
we
you
bounced
cannot.
right off of this. And we're right here currently in this area between the 35,000 area and the 43,000 area. Now the thing about this, we could find even closer support and resistance lines by plotting out support and resistance somewhere around back here if we chose to, you know. But just based off what I could see, this is the trend line that we could also need to break outside of this 382. So, and that's not even going into detail doing anything. That's just based off what I see right here.
And then you're going to get the market, or your phone is going to go off and it's going to say Bitcoin is up 2%. Buy now.
Yep. And
Bitcoin is up 2%. Buy now. And you don't want to do that. You want to wait until you get confirmation.
Yep. That's the way to
You want
go.
to wait until you can trade this, you know what I'm saying, real quick, couple hours, maybe an hour or two, you know what I'm saying? You might get $1,000, $1,500 real quick, you know what I'm saying? But as far as a long-term holder goes, me personally, I'm just buying areas that I like. So I'm waiting on this confirmation, but I'm also dollar cost averaging, because $100 on this is not really going to cost me anything if I lose this halfway mark and my 100-day that I'm basing off of right now.
Right. So we need to get past this 39,680 before we can even think about going over to the 50.
Man, we need to get past the 50 and the 20 to before we really start getting bullish. But
Yeah,
we really need to start. We really need to start getting above the 50.
Yep.
Which is right there, right where your Mercury, where your cursor is right now.
Absolutely.
Go back up, and bring
Right.
it down some. Bring it down a little more. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going down. A little more, right? Go back up. A little more. A
All
little
right.
more. Right there.
Okay, I'm gonna mark this off.
You see where that body close and open is?
Yeah, I
Initially,
see it. Talking about right
mhm.
here, right?
The one back here before July, after July 2021. Before 2021. Right in the middle.
Okay.
Nope, not that line. This one, right in
To the left
before.
or the right?
Yep. It's right to your right. Now go up one to the next candle right there. You see those candles,
Okay,
that
this
red and
guy.
green one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
these were the
Yeah,
two
right
that
at the
you're talking
bottom of
about.
this.
All
Yeah.
right, so let me adjust that a little bit. So that way, oh, that's the 382. That's not even me. I thought that was a
Now,
line and I put there.
the line that you drew, which is right above it.
This one?
Yep, pull that down just a little bit to those bodies, to that body candlestick right there. Pull it back
Oh,
up
to the
some,
body.
please. Yeah, to the body.
Got you. Yep. There it is.
And then now, if you turn on the daily chart,
And go over. Let me consolidate.
that was
this a little
resistance
bit.
and support.
I see it.
Now, if you start opening and closing above that 20-day, you see that 50-day is still on top of that resistance, though, on that 382, right?
Yep.
So it's resistance on the daily and the weekly.
Yeah, so it's a couple things we need to keep our eye on when we before we hop back into anything too serious as far as long-term investing or short-term investing, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, you could definitely scalp some things, you know what I'm saying, real quick, just positions, you know what I'm saying, you wanted to get in, but always pay attention to Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the deciding factor.
It's the trendsetter.
Yep. So if Bitcoin pulls back, everybody's pulling back.
Yeah, it's usually how it works, unfortunately, but as long as you know that rule, you can plan around it and not fall victim to those things when they happen.
Absolutely.
One last thing I want to look at real quick. I want to double back to something that we were looking at earlier. And I want to get your thoughts on this. Which one was it? Was it here? I'm looking for my YouTube. That's not it. Where did it go? Okay. So back to this guy.
To these NFTs.
Okay, yeah. He has some interesting thoughts on OpenSea.
To these NFTs
And,
securing themselves.
I understand cryptocurrency, decentralized finance, and blockchain technology, but as far as the coding behind those things, that's not my expertise at all. However, he has some interesting thoughts on this that I wanted to get your opinion on, being as though you're more into the NFT trenches than I am.
For sure.
So one of the main things that he's leading with is that OpenSea is a centralized platform. But they present themselves as a decentralized platform, correct?
They do.
Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to set the foundation with that so we can listen to this and you can break down your thoughts and opinions on what it is that he's saying.
Okay.
I come to you today having made some shocking revelations about NFTs that I think is going to appall the world into what NFTs truly are, and I'm here to present my findings for you. So let's talk about NFTs actually and the dark truth behind them, which you can really understand once you get into the technical details of what these really are. So here's the thing, NFTs are almost entirely centralized by OpenSea in a closed system you cannot even access some of these NFTs because OpenSea is blocking access to these NFTs, securing themselves a dominant position in the NFT market. So let me show you how I got to these findings. I was browsing through my own NFTs and I noticed all these cool little pictures. But the thing is, when I went over to Etherscan and I took a look, I really don't have many NFTs in here at all. It's like they have a problem finding my NFTs as if they cannot get access to them. And if you think about it to date, nobody has even built an NFT wallet, a simple project just to show all the NFTs that you may own. And so when I started digging into this, I noticed this Reddit thread in which someone asks, how do you get all the NFTs belonging to an address? I'm really surprised there isn't a clear answer to do this. And somebody answers here that this is actually a flaw in the design of Ethereum. Contracts are assigned to addresses and not vice versa. So really, the NFT doesn't belong to you, rather you belong to the NFT. And so a developer here notes that what you really need to do is scan through all 10 billion NFTs, and for each NFT, check who the owner is. And only that way can you find all the NFTs that belong to you. It's an entirely non-scalable design. And so the only way that websites like, say, OpenSea are able to show all of your NFTs is that they actually build an internal database and scan through every single NFT in the entire blockchains, and then they continue to listen in on the blockchain, pulling it for more new information, checking which ones you may potentially own. And so this developer notes here, he works for an unnamed NFT trading platform and he built the backend which gets every NFT. His program starts at transaction block 0 and then scans every single block on the chain looking for NFTs. When it finds one, it extracts all of the information from the NFT, such as the owners, the images, and puts all of that data in a centralized database, like say MySQL, for faster access. And so this is part of the reason why NFTs are always missing from your wallets. Nobody has really built a good NFT wallet because it takes just such technological engineering feats to figure out which NFTs you may own. And so, for example, when Samsung promises here a groundbreaking new TV to show all of your NFTs, I'm starting to doubt whether they have underestimated the technical challenge of even figuring out which NFTs you have. They need to essentially build an entirely new centralized database of the entire blockchain just to support this type of feature. I mean, this is going to cripple essentially all NFT features in the future. It's not that easy, and it gets worse because I have realized that OpenSea is locking your data. They don't want you to move your NFTs to other platforms. They're actually blocking access from other platforms from understanding what your NFTs are from OpenSea. So let's take a look here. For example, I've got all these cool NFTs on OpenSea, right? These are on the Polygon network. And if I go into one of them, then I can actually go to the contract address and take a look at this contract. And if I were to take the token ID and put it inside this field to get the data for the NFT, it's going to give me an API URL that I should be able to access to get all of the information about this NFT. Now, if I access it though, it gives me success equals false. There's just no data available. And that's because the API is just not ready, you guys. So all of the Polygon NFTs on OpenSea are entirely centralized. And if I go to check my NFT and put this address in, it just says cannot fetch token URI. Couldn't get any data about this. So at this point, all Polygon NFTs on OpenSea are 100% entirely centralized and inaccessible to any other service except for OpenSea. You can't see your Polygon NFTs anywhere. And so I thought, okay, their API is busted. Maybe there's an RSS feed or some way to just scrape the data from the website to figure out my Polygon.
Okay.
He's talking about Polygon NFTs, not Ethereum.
Got it. So just for technical understanding, what's the difference between
so Ethereum NFTs actually come with IPFS addresses, and those IPFS addresses freeze the metadata so that it cannot be accessed by anyone, only the person who actually owns the NFT. Anybody can create an NFT on OpenSea on the Polygon side, and it's more user friendly because of the fees, but it's not actually locked into an IPFS. IPFS means you actually own that NFT.
Got it.
Whereas anybody can create an image on, you know what I'm saying, Canva, Blender, Adobe, Photoshop, whatever that you use, and come over here and drop your art. But that actual art is getting fetched for the metadata on the Polygon side. And with that being said, there's no actual IPFS address. So take a look at IPFS right quick. Just type it in wherever you have your search engine on. So we can do, you know what? Let's take a look at that 5-minute video right quick. See that where it says interplanetary? Yeah, right there. Let's watch that.
Hey everyone! So back when I made my Flappy Birds video, the one with Fleek where we deployed it onto the IPFS, a lot of you in the comments were like, what is IPFS? Why should I care? And I thought I'd take the time out to do a little explainer video on IPFS, what it does, and why it's going to be part of your life real soon. IPFS actually stands for Interplanetary File System and is a hypermedia protocol designed to make the internet faster, safer, and more open. It was created by Juan Benet and originally invented to move scientific data sets up to 100 gigabytes in size. To explain this more simply, I will show you why this peer-to-peer approach is useful and important for you. As we all know, the internet is great. It's done so much for our everyday lives. From getting news instantly to communicating with people all over the world to simply watching this YouTube video. However, imagine suddenly censorship coming in and various websites being taken down at the whim of the corporations. This is in fact possible as most of the information on the internet is centralized, meaning that this information is controlled by large corporations such as Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, and so on. The other downfall of centralized servers is because they do have such a monopoly, become a frequent target of hackers. This is where IPF comes in. IPF's main goal is to create a distributed internet, where we bypass big companies and make it peer-to-peer instead. This design is much safer to you as a website owner and user. The Interplanetary File System, as the name would suggest, is a filing system. So currently, when you want to access a file from the internet, you tell your computer exactly where to look for the file you are searching for. This location is essentially your URL. And this method for accessing files is called location-based addressing. This works fine until, you guessed it, the server goes offline or a hacker's managed to take something down and you can't access your files anymore. IPFS overcomes this issue with content-based addressing. This means with IPFS, when requesting a specific resource, you do not request its location, you request what you are looking for, which, let's face it, makes a lot more sense. On the IPFS, each file has its own hash. This is essentially a string of 24 characters and or numbers that is unique to the file. So now when you want to access the file, you just ask the network for a copy of the file based on the hash key. Now, once this request is made, a user on the IPFS network will send the information you have requested. But how exactly is this data stored on the IPFS? On the Interplanetary File System, data is stored as data objects. Each IPFS data object can store 256 kilobytes of data. However, if you need more data, that's not a problem. Each data object can also link to another data object. So for example, say you have a text file that is made of 750 kilobytes, this would be split into 2 data objects. These 2 split data objects will then be linked together by an IPF object with an empty array to keep it together. Now, let's compare this to the traditional way we store files on the internet. We would have a main directory with many different directories and files that make up the project or website inside. In IPFS, each of those directories would be their own object linked to all the others to make up a project. So one website that is made up of loads and loads of data objects is also safer because essentially it's scattered all over and therefore harder to take down without owning it. What is also great about storing files on IPFS is that it allows for versioning, taking inspiration from GitHub. Interestingly enough, the inspiration for IPFS for Juan Bernet was exactly that, GitHub and BitTorrent. When you add new files to IPFS, a new commit object is made by the system. This is good for keeping track of versions and updates, as well as allows us to know the order that files are added in. These commit objects are linked up exactly just like the data objects, allowing the system to organize in a far superior way than the traditional systems we have today. So there you have it. You can now store files on a decentralized network, or namely IPFS. For those of you who found this video interesting, there's something called Space App that's currently being built by Fleek and will essentially be a Dropbox, but a decentralized Dropbox for your files. So there we have it. I find IPFS a super Dropbox, but a decentralized Dropbox being built by Fleek and will essentially be a Dropbox, but a decentralized Dropbox for your files. So there we have it. I find IPFS a super interesting topic, and I really do.
You can pause, bro.
Yeah, that was real interesting.
Exactly. So if you ever go to OpenSea and you look up a NFT, a very strong NFT project on the Ethereum side, not the Polygon side, but the Ethereum side, you will find that on the Ethereum side that the metadata is frozen.
Okay, so is that a flaw in the Polygon
Nope.
sides
Nope.
formatting?
That means that on the Polygon side, anybody can create an NFT. But on the Ethereum side, you actually have to have verification. You could create an NFT, but if your NFT doesn't have that frozen metadata, or if it's not being transferred to an IPFS address where your actual ownership is being held, then you're not actually the owner of said NFT.
That makes sense now. Okay, so I want to see something here. Come on. All right, so oh yeah, I just peeped this joint. This is actually a real painting. I wanted to make a 101 NFT, bro.
Damn, that
Where
boy fire.
where you'll get this painting and this NFT.
Yo. Damn. That is
And
nice, bro.
what this actually is like, I think the artist called this like inner city madness. This is basically like the landscape or outline of a city right here. You get what I'm saying? And you know, this is like an angry face in the background.
Broken glass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fire. I like that.
Yeah. So what I just need to do is just get better with pricing these things. I just put 0.5 Ethereum just for GP. This is on a Polygon side too, by the way.
Okay, so click on details. Click on details. You see where it says details at the bottom?
Yeah.
See? Metadata, editable,
Mm-hmm.
BlockChain, Polygon. Now, switch from Polygon to Ethereum.
All right. Give me a sec. Come on, Meta. I hate when this does this.
Yeah.
It's like anytime I don't use MetaMask for a while, it always got to click it 4,000 times for it to pop up.
Yeah, that's me as well.
All right, boom.
All right. So, I want you to go back to your collection.
Right here.
Nope, hit the back button.
Okay.
Click on DefiUniversity.crypto.
Click on details
Scroll
again.
down, click the details. Now,
It doesn't say editable. That's for sure.
it does not say editable.
No, it does. Okay, I got you.
Now, go back and search in the open search on OpenSea. I want you to look up what's the name of that damn Bored Ape Yacht Club? You can click on any one, doesn't matter.
Jeez, the floor price is 116 Ethereum, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
That is wild.
Click on details.
Frozen.
This item's metadata was permanently locked and stored in the centralized file storage.
Let me see if I can take a look at the metadata. Yep, it's right there. It is right there. That's crazy.
IPFS.
So I see what this dude is doing.
He just creates fear, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
He incites fear. That's all he does.
So he's like the CNN of crypto
Yeah.
news.
Yeah, that's it. And people actually listen to him like, oh, you want to check out this video? This guy is talking about NFTs are not the future, and they're really evil. You don't want to buy NFTs, like, bro.
Basically, he's just doing stuff for clickbait.
Yeah, that's it. And then he shields his products. He got a bunch of different links. So nah, miss me with that. You just got to know what to look for.
Yeah. Wow, this was originally sold for 0.8 Ethereum, bro.
Nobody was paying attention to it.
Somebody bought it. Somebody else sold it for 1.99. Somebody else sold it for 8.9. Somebody else sold it for 59.69. Yo, what?
A month ago.
Oh my stars! So all you had to do was hold on to this for 5 months, from August to December.
Facts.
And you would have been cool.
Yep. But most people don't see it that way. So it is what it is.
This person right here is super sick. They sold it 8 months ago for 0.8 Ethereum.
Nah, Pranksy was the one who created this, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah, that's why they got the verified badge.
Yeah. I think they were the ones who created this. I keep hearing noise. Hold on one second.
Oh, this is hard.
Yeah, so I'm real leery when I buy things on, you know what I'm saying, Polygon. I really like to buy my NFTs on Ethereum.
Yeah. So they're selling fake Bored Ape.
Yeah.
Even the fake ones are selling for 0.02 Ethereum.
Anybody can make a copy of some shit, bro. Anybody.
So what's the blueprint for somebody creating their own NFT collection?
The blueprint really is you want to be the one who actually owns this, because if you don't have the actual ownership, then how can you say you hold anything or hold any real value? Nobody's going to pay $4 million for a damn copy of something.
Yeah, I'm looking at the prices like, what is going on?
Yeah, you haven't even sold the first one, and then you don't own it. It's just something that you paid for that somebody created, bro. So, like I said, you want to look for projects where metadata is frozen, and you want to buy projects on Ethereum because you know that the metadata is going to be frozen into IPFS addresses. And then, not financial advice in any way, shape, or form, but you can say you do not own any Ethereum.
I got you. Yeah.
So if you're buying an NFT and that metadata is frozen on who the owner really is, how can you say that you own that NFT if you cannot prove who owns the IPFS? Anybody can create one of those. It's open.
Right. Oh, they're selling this for $1?
Yeah, they selling that for $1, but nah, I wouldn't give them access to my wallet. That's what you got to be careful of. So
Okay.
when you interact with these platforms and they're selling this thing for $1, you're actually giving them access to your wallet. They got 10 million of these. Come on, man. Come on now. Come on now. I wouldn't do it. Hell no.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not really. I'm more concerned with getting into like the land more so than these type of NFTs. Me personally.
Yeah. Yeah. You want things that have utility, bro.
Yeah, because the more I get into it, the more I start to understand some of the underlying reasons why some of these celebrities are even buying these type of
Yeah.
NFTs. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Because they're buying the real NFTs. They're not buying the fakes. They're buying the
hmm
real ones.
yeah,
Because, like I said, not financial advice again, you can say you don't actually own that Ethereum. So how do you pay taxes on something
exactly.
that you do not have?
You took the words right out of my mouth where a lot of these celebrities are leveraging this for the benefit of a tax write-off, as it
Exactly.
being art more so than them being or even caring about the NFT space.
Yeah. They don't care about the NFT, bro. They don't even use it. They just say that they bought one because it's a piece of art.
Yep, and art is subjective in regards to its value.
Exactly. You cannot put a price on art.
Yeah, if I feel like this art is worth $1 million, then who are you to say
Exactly.
otherwise?
Then
Especially if it's a one
I
of
can,
one.
if I paid for it and but that value is now stored away somewhere where I
Yep.
cannot access the value,
hmm
how can you tax that when you say the value is not even in my possession?
Yeah, and then you got to look at the timing of when a lot of these celebrities started doing this. A lot of them were doing it so that they could offload a lot of their fiat before the end of the fourth quarter of
Mm-hmm.
2021.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
See, it gets much deeper than rap when you really start paying attention to the stuff. It get
yeah,
real deep, bro. And
absolutely.
dude is just scratching the surface, and like you said, creating clickbait videos. That's it.
Yeah, I'd rather give out free game, me personally, but I'm not knocking what he's doing. If it works for
Mm-hmm.
him, it works for him.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. All right, bro. Let me get up out of here, man. I gotta go grab me some breakfast, man.
All right, family, I appreciate you again.
For
We'll be
sure.
tapping back in, of course. But until next time, you enjoy the rest of your day, bro.
All right, no doubt. You too, bro. Peace.
All right, peace.